Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff, this elf episode of Elf Armour. You see, I have now camouflaged myself into a tree. So, let's show you how to do this, with a full armor set also. So now we're gonna start by taking this fitting doll and having a plastic bag over it and tape it around it, so it have a shape there. So I can glue on things without ruining the testing body here. Anyway, so we're having some craft foam there on, and now we're going to make EVA strip foam here that is about half a centimeter thick, about 5 millimeters. Out of the edge of the jigsaw puzzle pieces, which are useful for everybody who says they are useless. They're lying. Anyway, so now we're gonna do some very, rounded shapes here, because elf kind of look like that after Lord of the Rings. Because, there was made the style established for elves. Anyway, so this little elf light armor lady thingy here that I'm going to make. I'm also going to make the other one. But there's two different kinds of elf armor here. This is just the style of it. You can do it in thick and other things for it. But you see totally what I mean here. So now we also have some other interesting lines going on here. So it will look like that. And I also put some trees there, because I have a mold for trees there, so why not use that? I just painted latex in it. That's for another episode. I think I have done an episode about how to make a silicone mold. Yes, I have. Sorry about that. Anyway, so now I painted this in black and silver with spray paint. So now we're just gonna cut this thing off here. So now we have a body-shaped chest piece for women's half-protective thing. Usually armor in fantasy does not even protect big things like cleavage armor. You exposing the heart for arrows. Anyway, now you see, this is, what do you call it, for clothes to put together, like very oversized bra hooks, like you have there. And I put them with just a hole punch and just two paper clips through them and tape it on the back side, you see, like that. You see, they also overlap a little bit. But that's a good thing because it's foam, because then you can just push it in from the side here to make it with one single chain. You can have this, because I'm not going to cut it off, because, people have different sizes, and I don't know the size of the actor that's going to wear this. So you see, there we go. Now, to the wood elf armor, because they're going to be wooden. Because they're gonna hide in trees, so they have wood armor. Now we're just gonna have this thing, and it's going to make the back and front side of it, so it will be like a coat almost. I thought it was a clever idea, so let's go with that clever idea. You see, there we go, and just gonna push your arm through there, and then it's gonna overlap a little bit there, but with bark. And I do have a video, a very old one, about how to make bark. But basically you take this foam here and you split it in the middle with a very dull knife. That's basically how you do it. You can look that up if you want to. It's a very long, it's like how to make bark. So now you see we have the arm there for the upper arm, and I'm just gonna glue these things on. I have a lot of these pieces lying around from other old builds, so I'm going to use them. There we go. Just glue all the little bark things on there, so you will look more like a tree. Oh, what do you call it? Dendrosapien thingy. Don't listen to me. I do not know anything about biology in that extent. But anyways, you see, if they overlap a little bit, it will look like more like actual tree bark, because it doesn't overlap really. But then again, we try to fake stuff here and try to make it look a bit convincing. Now you see we have the wrist arm there, the pattern for it. This is an actual old one I have that I'm going to use also. It's a little bit more female shaped. And here is the other bark thing. If you look at that video, that's a crappy foam, but it's black and it looks like big bark. So we're going to make a whole dress out of that, and also the arms. You see, it looks like it is a little bit of very weirdly shaped, the foam. It's because I have glued together a lot of small pieces to, you know, use up all the scraps. Now we're gonna paint in brown into all the little miscolored parts, and also basically brush this with brown paint so it will look more like, you know, a tree, because they are usually not a constant color. They have like green and brown in them, even if they are like, except for like birchwood, because that actually turns properly black, but it's gray, getting grey down due to its collecting other dirts and whatever that other fungus thing is called, and I can't remember at the moment. But you see, just brush this a little bit so it will just stand out a little bit more, and it will look absolutely fantastic. Because there's no right or wrong in this. You can do it whatever, but this is one way of making this. It is not going to be very durable, but for what I'm going to use it for, or the person it's going to use it for, because this is an order I actually do, is, well, we will see about that. I will probably do a video on that when I am visiting the set and the recordings of that project in general, but that will be soon. I cannot say more than that. Anyway, so now you see I'm also painting the brown on the inside here, so you have a little bit of a look. You also can do this with like leather, but I thought this was better in that. Now, we're also gonna put some green thing in here, and see you have some previous episodes build there, and also upcoming builds in the background there, but also we have green. So it will look a little bit more less flat. You can also put a little bit of green, you see, on the black bark there, and it will be fantastic indeed. I didn't do legs or parts, but it's basically the same thing there. I didn't do it because I kind of run out of things also, but also because leg armor is a little bit of, if you need movement, good movement, if you are like an elf warrior, then you should not have leg armor, you should run with that instead. But anyway, you see, that is nice in how it makes. I might do some additional elf stuff coming up soon, but there you go. I hope this was interesting. Bye.